Welcome back. Today we're going to be taking our next step on our journey in becoming a ReSharper Samurai. This is another episode in a multi-part series where we will explore what ReSharper can do for you and how it can be used to increase your coding productivity. This is not another one of those ReSharper videos that plays techno in the background and flies around at lightning speed. This video will walk you through the various things that you can do with ReSharper at a pace which allows you to understand and learn what's going on. In today's episode, we're going to take a look at the various ways that ReSharper can be used to allow you to more easily and more effectively navigate your code. I'm going to go ahead and leave this coding Jedi up at the bottom down here. This will allow me to show you the keystrokes as I type them in. And just as a reminder, I am using the IntelliJ keyboard bindings, not the Visual Studio keyboard bindings. So it's entirely possible if you're not using the same bindings as me, the keystrokes will be different, but the functionality will stay the same. Let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I want to do is, it's very common when I'm inside of my solution to want to navigate to a particular file. And I don't necessarily want to come on over to the Solution Explorer and go, okay, which project was this in, what folder was it in? I just want to very quickly and easily navigate to the file. Well, with ReSharper, I can do Control-Shift-N, and it'll bring up Enter File Name. And I can start typing anything in, and it'll bring up all the various file names that start with the letters in which I provided. So let's go author.cs. So I can very easily navigate to my author entity. Now that's great. Now what if I want to actually navigate to a particular type, not a file? I don't care what file it's in. I want to actually navigate to the type. So maybe I want to navigate to my repository base class. And to do that, I can do Control-N. And it'll bring up a very similar window, and I can enter my name here. And it'll bounce me straight to my type that is of repository. Now what if I want to navigate within my class to a particular method or property? Now traditionally without ReSharper, I'd have to come up here to the drop-down menu, figure out what it is I want. Oh, I want rollback, and it would find it for me. Well, I don't want to move over to the mouse. I want to do it all via keystrokes. With ReSharper, I can do Control F12. And it'll bring up the names of all the various properties and methods and fields within my class. And I can very easily just navigate to them. So very quickly you've seen three different ways I can navigate to find files and types. What if I want to go to a definition? So let's say I'm over in my content repository, and I want to know what is an iDownload information. I want to see what makes that up. I can go there by doing Control-B. Control-B will be the same as right-clicking and doing Go to Definition. It allows me to quickly navigate to that file. Now what if I want to see who all implements this iDownload information? I can do that very easily by doing Control-Alt-B. And it'll basically it'll either show me a window or it'll navigate to the single instance. In this case, only one thing implements this. Let's find a little better example. Let's find what implements iRepository. And this will bring up a window that shows me all the things that implement iRepository. So I have my admin repository, my RSS repository, all the concrete classes. So that's pretty cool. I can do that pretty easily. Now, what if I want to find all the usages? I want to know where repository is being used. I can do that by doing Alt F7, and that will bring up the Find Usages window. It will show me all the various places it's being used. Now, if I don't want to display this information in a window and I want to do it within a menu, I can do that as well by doing Control Alt F7. So I add the control in there, and it'll bring up a menu that allows me to navigate easily as well. So very quickly, very easily, you've seen a couple different ways you can navigate to find the usages and who implements code. Now, a couple things that ReSharper also does for you is it allows you to easily be able to navigate within your class file. Very often I'm in a class file and I want to navigate to a different method, and so what I do is I hit the down arrow or I page up and page down. With ReSharper, I can actually quickly navigate by hold down the Alt key and do up and down arrow, and it'll bounce from method to method. I don't have to worry about going through the actual method to draw the white space. And I can do that up and down. Now, what if I want to see what it is that makes the arguments? I want to see what an argument is on a particular method. So I can come over here and I can say, what is this D? Now I could hover over this and it would show it to me, or I could come here and I could do Control-P, and it'll give me the IntelliSense. This is a pretty cool little feature because I'm always moving the mouse around trying to figure out what the actual object is I need to pass in, whereas I can just do Control-P and it'll show me this information. So we've shown you 7 or 8 different ways you can quickly and easily navigate your code within ReSharper to more effectively find various pieces of code and dry types and usages and all that fun stuff. So I hope you learned something today. Until next time.